Hi John, thanks for making this test video from the new Alpha 7, designed by Daniel Van and made by us. You told us that you didn't fit in the first time in the Alpha 7, so we really made sure you fit in right now and have fun.
Down under there. Oh, Alpha 7, baby. It's so much fun. This is like a whole new world that's been revealed to me. Oh dear. Let's go see the bank manager again. Maggie! Good evening and welcome to the Veloads YouTube channel. I'm in the Alpha 7. It's my first longest, well, it's the longest I've ever ridden an Alpha 7 in my life. So I'll tell you about the ride from the beginning. It was quite petrifying, to tell you the truth, because it's really fast. It's yeah, it's a lot faster than the QV, a lot faster than the Quest, and a lot faster than the WOW. So I'm in uncharted territory. Yeah, downhills, living flies. On the flat, I was leaving everyone behind, even up hills. So yeah, it will take some getting used to the speed. Cornering's really good. I'd say on a par with the WOW, even at speed, maybe a fraction more body roll than the WOW. But yeah, it's really good on the corners. Still nowhere near the QV, but then that has 4 wheels. So but yeah, it's phenomenal. You can get up most hills in the big ring, which is really good, which I'm totally not used to. So yeah, first impressions, bloody fast. We'll do a little talk and a walk around the bike. My daughter Kaya's here helping out at the moment. Okay, so we've got the Kellerman lights on the back. So you've got the brake light, which is quite bright. Running lights on the back. That's just with the headlights on, and then brakes. We've got the headlights. We've got the stagnation point here. You get a nice breeze through. Not that I can feel it in there. It's quite hot on the way here. You've got a fantastic hatch here, which you can get into like so. If you need to. If you need to adjust anything. And look at the size of this cubby hole. Now you can see all the gubbings. So I've put different pedals in so they match with my cleats. A nice big lupine battery here. I charged it up. There's no power in it when I got the thing, so I charged it up overnight. Well, actually it wasn't even overnight, just for a few hours. There's a little test button here which you can press, and then that tells you how much power's left. It's still full. I've stuck a seat pad in. I've, well, basically taken my pad out of the QV and stuck that in, and that's working well. There's another piece to come here to cover the chain. So the chain's still exposed in the cassette at the back, and there's a carbon fibre cover to enclose that. Well, obviously you don't get your jacket and stuff locked in there, and there's a little damper at the back with elastomers on it. This is my bag. You've got like a partition here which comes along, runs behind the seat. Before the seat used to come up here, the back of it, and now it's been redesigned so it sits in the back here, so it gives you a lot more room. And they've changed these brackets here, which I can't remember them being on when I tried it in at Spetzi. So here we have the Shulton shifters. Yeah, really nice loud buzzer, which is brilliant, because on the QV, the buzzer, you can't hear it at all, and I keep leaving the indicators on. The horn's really loud. I mean, brilliant. I don't know how they got it so loud. Yeah, it's very minimal, and that's why it weighs hardly anything. But these are amazing, these little Kellerman lights. I know they're really expensive, and Jan told me that they had to change the voltage of the wiring in the bike from 7.2 or 7.4 volts up to 14.4, I think it was. Otherwise they wouldn't have worked. They're only blooming tiny. They're German, and they're called Kellerman. And apparently they're very expensive. But they are awesome. So you don't even know they're there. They're so minimal, but they're so bright. Oh wow, yeah. Let go a minute. Press it. Oh, it's brilliant. Really bright, aren't they? Cover for the derailleur's just held on by Velcro, so if you need to access the derailleur at any time. But this, my hearties, is the Alpha 7. Alpha 7 in a nutshell. Phenomenal. Whew. I mean, I want to take up a lot more hills. I went up quite a few big hills on the way here, and it handled them a piece of cake. That's the thing, you get rid of the weight, and then hills are no issue really, just spin up. Man, I wish I had this on the trip to the Worlds, because then, you know, I would have done well at the races. It wouldn't have taken so much out of me up the hills, but then I couldn't carry that much, and the suspension on this is really comfy. It's a lot more comfortable than my Quest. It's still not as comfortable as the QV, because you have the air suspension, but yeah, I like it. And I need to do a few more miles and then tell you guys and girls a bit more about it. But on my first maiden voyage in the Alpha 7, first one in the UK, very impressed. Good morning and welcome to the Veloads YouTube channel. Today I'm with my bestie, Neil. We've had a lovely ride out to Box Hill. No beer today, so yeah, we're both sober. So we're out in Box Hill at the legendary Rikers Cafe. We're going to go up Box Hill now. I'm in the Alpha 7, Neil's in the, I think this could be Neil's last ride in the UK. He's rewired all the electrics up, so now it's got indicators, rear running lights, headlights, and yeah, so we're giving all the electrics a good test, Chris Hamilton, and it's all running well, and Neil's taking good care of it, so don't worry. He's been going very slow on the descent. I've been flying past him. He's got the brakes on, like, no, 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 Chris's bike, Chris's bike. So yeah, all good. So let's get out there. It's an ashtray.
How do you attach it to the bike then? How does this work?
Oh, it's not a sidecar.
Oh, it's not a sidecar.
No, it's not for a motorbike. It's a push bike.
Oh, it's a push.
You pedal it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've just rode down from Crystal Palace.
I couldn't do it now.
I'll bet you could. Yeah, so comfortable in there, it's lovely. You lie down, it's like on a deck chair, and you just... No, you're never too old. We'd have you up and running in a week. Yeah.
You wouldn't get out of it, would you? No. Which way do you lie?
Yeah, that way. The pedals are right down under there. We've got a new Alpha 7 potential purchaser here. So we're climbing up the legendary Box Hill. I don't know what the grade is, but it's not too bad.
Yeah, we look at ourselves, it's got nice and steady.
Pretty nice out here though. I think we've got to get to the top of that. Average on the way here, taking it easy, pretty much 30 kilometres an hour nearly. Still going up. What do we do here, left?
like a rocket.
Yeah, chasing him up there, no problem.
You madman.
He said, I said to him as I went past, "Ale, ale." He was like, he said, "Yeah, blimmin' hell, you're a lot more aero though." I said, "Not uphill." He goes, "You got a point there." Damn it! And he started really going for it. So, yeah, the boys were representing today. Wicked! Loving the Alpha, man. I'm just thinking of extra destinations to head to. Oh dear. We got high winds today. I'm in the Alpha 7, hurtling down a hill, and high side winds, and I'm holding on with one hand, and we're pretty stable. Have a look. Look at the trees moving. And there's Neil. I'm still not pedalling. This thing just rolls really well. Look at that. Still keeping the Evo at bay, and you can hear the 3 hub because I am still not pedalling. Better brake now because the lights are red, unfortunately. Just think of 3 words to describe this bike: exemplary, outstanding, stunning, cool. Cheers. Yeah, we're back. We're not teleporting. We were in Box Hill. We're now in Richmond Park, surrounded by roadies. And Sean, I've just met someone who knows you. Richard from Brompton. He's in awe of the Velomobiles. Yeah, we're trying to talk Richard into getting one. I've had a revelation. I've just realised, in an Alpha 7, you realise how fraudulent Aston Martins and everything else are. You don't need an Aston Martin, you need one of these. Okay, so we've just whizzed over to Clapham Common now. So we've done Box Hill, Richmond Park, now we're in Clapham Common. I'm on the T-run, and I'll give you my, Neil's catching a bit of sun behind me, guarding the bikes, and we're waiting for Richard Papa, who's riding over now. But yeah, first impressions, that's a long ride. We've done, I don't know, nearly 100 kilometers now. That's the longest ride I've ever done in the Alpha, and first impressions are, it's the best bike I've ever ridden. I didn't think I'd say that, but yeah, it is. So let's go over a few things I've experienced today. Downhills. It was a very yesterday we had 50-mile-an-hour winds. Today I'd say gusting up to 40 in places. Solid as a rock. Downhill with wind, I was holding on with one hand. I actually filmed it, hanging on with one hand while filming, with gust and the trees swaying. It maybe moved a little bit more, I'd say, than a QV, but not a lot more. Maybe that's just due to the lightness. On uneven surfaces, rumbly roads around Box Hill, I'd say your giblets are bouncing around a bit, so you do feel the bumps if it's really bad and you're going fast. I was bouncing around in there a bit. I think maybe that's due to the elastomers. But overall, Neil said he was working really hard and he was finding it hard to keep up with me, and that's the first time he's ever said that in all the bikes I've owned. I mean, it was effortless, up steep hills. He said, oh, you're cruising up the hill, where I used to sort of really struggle to get up there in the QV or the Quest. And even the WOW I was going slow. He said, you're cruising up there at 22 miles an hour, and that wasn't at full power. So fastest, lightest bike I've ever ridden. Love it, and I'm not sending it back. I've decided I'm going to keep it. So there we are. Shock horror. Sorry, Maggie, but we're going to have another one.
Ian Penny's gone so fast.
Here's Mr. Papa. Yay! I've never been so happy to see the Orca. You alright, buddy?
You got here fast.
Because I'm in that.
He's flying up the hills.
22 miles an hour up the hills through to Clapham High Street, up that steep one. Evo K, Alpha 7, and the Orca. 3 lovely bikes. I've had so much fun in the Alpha 7, and a big thank you to Jan for letting me review. If you would like to head over to velomobileworld.com, you can actually go onto the page where the configurator is and configure an Alpha 7 and see how much it would weigh, because I think the weight goes up on everything depending what spec you choose, and it's really interesting, and the link is in the description below. So yeah, check out the configurator, click away, add what you would like on your bike, and yeah, check out the Alpha 7. It's a great little bike. Take care. Thanks for watching. Velo Ads out.